Amidst the shining lights and red carpets of the golden age of Hollywood, there existed a subset of actors and actresses who embraced a lifestyle of excess, particularly when it came to alcohol. Join Facts First as we look at the biggest alcoholics of the golden age. Peter O'Toole. One of the most legendary tales involving Peter O'Toole and alcohol took place during the filming of Lawrence of Arabia. O'Toole, known for his affinity for partying and indulgence, was determined to show his fellow cast and crew members a good time. During a break in filming, he organized a night of revelry, transforming an entire section of the hotel where the cast was staying into a makeshift bar. It is said the party lasted for days, with O'Toole at the center, leading the festivities and ensuring everyone had a memorable time. O'Toole's drinking escapades often spilled over into his social life. He was known for his convivial nature and enjoyed the company of friends and colleagues in various drinking establishments. One story tells of O'Toole and actor Richard Burton embarking on a pub crawl that lasted several days. The two iconic actors were known for their friendship and shared love for alcohol, and their adventures together often resulted in memorable and unpredictable nights on the town. Another wild story involving O'Toole and alcohol occurred when he was invited to Buckingham Palace to meet Queen Elizabeth II. Apparently, O'Toole arrived already inebriated, having indulged in a few drinks beforehand. Despite this state, O'Toole charmed the Queen and managed to engage in lively conversation. Also, there was the time he was rumored to have showed up to the wrong funeral, completely drunk, when he was trying to go to the funeral of a friend. There were instances where his drinking habits did cause disruptions on film sets, leading to delays and clashes with directors. But his talent and charm often allowed him to get away with his indulgences, and his performances continued to captivate audiences. Humphrey Bogart. One of the most famous tales involving Humphrey and alcohol is the Rat Pack gatherings of the 50s and 60s. Bogart was a prominent member of the group, which also included Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., and others. The Rat Pack was notorious for their partying and indulgence, often converging in Las Vegas hotspots and throwing lavish gatherings, and his wild escapades with the Rat Pack became legendary. His affinity for drinking also extended to the film set. During the filming of The African Queen, Bogart and co-star Katharine Hepburn would often relax after shooting with a few drinks. One time, they indulged in some local gin during a break from filming. They ended up very drunk, with Hepburn later recalling they giggled uncontrollably and even tried to push the boat from the stern while still on land. On the set of The Caine Mutiny, Bogart's character was required to drink a glass of water that was supposed to be rum. However, Bogart being Bogart, he insisted on using real rum for authenticity. As the scene progressed, Bogart's character was meant to become increasingly inebriated. But due to the use of real alcohol, his acting became less and less convincing as he became genuinely drunk. Director Edward Dmytryk had to cut the scene short, realizing Bogart had gone a bit too far. Bogart was also known for his love of sailing, and he owned a yacht named Santana. Legend has it, he would frequently organize sailing parties, inviting friends and fellow actors on daring trips along the California coast. These adventures were often accompanied by heavy drinking and uninhibited revelry. Spencer Tracy. One interesting tale involving Spencer Tracy and alcohol took place during production of the film Adam's Rib. Tracy, known for his love of drinking and friendship with fellow actor Humphrey Bogart, found himself in a memorable drinking contest with his co-star Judy Holliday. Tracy and Holliday were known for their quick wit and sharp banter on and off screen. During this evening, Tracy challenged Holliday to a drinking contest with both actors consuming large quantities. The contest lasted late into the night, with both of them holding their own and showcasing formidable drinking abilities. Spencer's fondness for alcohol occasionally resulted in unpredictable behavior and memorable incidents. On one occasion, while attending a party hosted by Clark Gable, Tracy consumed an excessive amount and ended up standing on a table reciting Shakespeare to the delight of the other guests. Tracy's charisma and ability to captivate an audience, even when inebriated, only added to his legendary status as an actor. Despite his love for drinking, Tracy was also known for his ability to handle alcohol and maintain his composure. He had a reputation for being a functional alcoholic, often managing to deliver exceptional performances despite his indulgences. But there were times when drinking affected his work. For example, during the production of State of the Union in 1948, his consumption sometimes led to delays and clashes with director Frank Capra. Clara Bow. Clara Bow, the iconic actress of the silent film era, lived a life filled with fame, glamour, and occasionally wild stories involving alcohol. One infamous tale occurred during a party at her mansion in 1929. It was reported that Bow hosted a lavish gathering, inviting numerous guests, including Hollywood celebrities, socialites, and even members of the press. The party quickly spiraled into a wild affair, with alcohol flowing freely and guests indulging in reckless behavior. Reports suggest that attendees danced on tabletops, jumped into the swimming pool fully clothed, and other fun activities. The raucous nature of the event attracted significant media attention and further fueled Bow's reputation as a party girl. Another incident took place on the filming of Wings in 1927, the first film to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. Clara frequently socialized with the cast and crew during breaks in filming. On one occasion, she reportedly commandeered an airplane and took it for a joyride. She soared through the skies, thrilling herself and anyone who witnessed it. There was also a time when the president of Paramount, B.P. Schulberg, asked Clara to come to a party to celebrate the ascension of a newly appointed judge. Clara, already quite drunk, showed up and introduced herself by fully making out with the judge in front of his wife. She tried to dance with him until she was tossed from the party by Paramount security. Tallulah Bankhead. Tallulah Bankhead, the larger-than-life actress known for her boisterous personality and provocative behavior, had a reputation for indulging in wild antics. Throughout her life, she found herself at the center of numerous memorable stories that showcased her unapologetic approach to life and uninhibited spirit. One of her wild tales involving alcohol occurred during a party she hosted at her New York City apartment in the 30s. She was known for throwing extravagant gatherings, and this particular event took on legendary status. It was reported that she filled her bathtub with champagne, and guests were encouraged to take turns diving into the bubbly and swimming in it. The party became an outrageous affair, with revelers frolicking in the champagne-filled tub, creating a spectacle that epitomized her larger-than-life persona. Once during a plane trip, Bankhead once famously asked a flight attendant to, quote, give her a drink that would wake up the dead. Another wild story took place while filming the movie Lifeboat in 1944, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. Bankhead's character was required to be stranded at sea, and staying true to her character, she allegedly smuggled a flask of alcohol on set. Her actions startled and amused her co-stars, who were amazed at her audacity. Errol Flynn. Throughout his life, Errol Flynn found himself entangled in a series of infamous stories that showcased his love for excess and daring exploits. One is the so-called Mocambo Brawl in 1942. Flynn was known for his love of partying and was a regular at the Mocambo nightclub in LA. One night, he found himself embroiled in a brawl with a group of soldiers from a nearby U.S. Army base. It's said Flynn held his own against several men, using his athleticism and agility to fight them off. That incident, although apparently not his fault, added to his reputation as a hard-drinking and rebellious figure. Another wild story was on the Adventures of Robin Hood set in 1938. Flynn and co-star Basil Rathbone, who played Sir Guy of Gisborne, engaged in a memorable and dangerous fencing match after consuming copious amounts of alcohol. The inebriated actors, wielding real swords, engaged in an impromptu duel. Miraculously, no one was injured. His adventures extended beyond Hollywood, embarking on numerous sailing expeditions and enjoying a playboy lifestyle. He threw lavish parties aboard his yacht, the Zaka, inviting friends and starlets to join him on seafaring escapades. These gatherings were known for their excesses, with alcohol flowing freely and revelry lasting for days. He also reportedly got drunk with a young Fidel Castro and claimed Castro would one day, quote, rank in history with some of the greats. He'd also apparently inject vodka into oranges so he could sneakily drink on set without people noticing. Now it's time to hear from you. Did you know about any of these crazy stories? Let us know in the comments section below.